What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Shameless Watch Collector. We're back for another watch review, and this time we're taking a look at another ADDIESDIVE watch. They recently jumped into the AliExpress racing chronograph craze with their new AD2529, and I've been wearing it on my wrist for the past few weeks, so I can give you an in-depth look at this watch and assign it a final grade. Let's get into it. We're going to dive right into the review, working through our normal categories, starting with dimensions. This ADDIESDIVE chronograph comes in at 38mm in diameter, 12.8 thick, and has a lug-to-lug of 46mm. Thanks to the versatile dimensions, the floral rubber strap, and the lightweight 75-gram case and strap setup, this is a very comfortable watch that is easy to wear as a daily. The 12.8mm thickness is pretty solid as well, and it really contributes to the overall comfort of the watch. I also think with the 38mm case diameter, this is a very universal watch that can fit a wide range of wrists. I'm usually someone who prefers a watch closer to 40mm, but this has not felt small on my wrist. And at the same time, I'm confident that someone who prefers something closer to a 36mm watch won't feel like this is dominating their wrist either. I definitely found the dimensions and overall wearability to be one of the strongest points of this watch. Let's keep it going with our next category though, materials. ADDIESDIVE has earned a reputation for delivering some of the best materials at the lowest prices in the entire watch world. So let's see how the AD2529 stacks up. This uses a 316L stainless steel case with a polished bezel and a brushed center portion. The transitions look nice, and I like the way the bezel sits on top of the watch. The center crown is push-pull, which is pretty rare to find on an ADDIESDIVE watch. While I prefer a screw-down crown, this push-pull crown does have a nice feel to it. It's easy to adjust, grips solidly, and does what it needs to do. But it certainly does not make the watch feel more expensive. The top and bottom pushers that control the chronograph functions work well and provide a nice, satisfying click. You also get a 316L stainless steel screw-in caseback, and all of that combines to deliver 100 meters of water resistance, which is solid for a sports-style chronograph. You have a floral rubber strap on this watch. For those who don't know, floral rubber is generally a nicer, more premium rubber than a basic silicone. A standard silicone strap is usually very soft, flexible, inexpensive, and comfortable at first, but it can also feel a little sticky, attract dust and lint, and get shiny over time. All of that can eventually make it feel floppy or cheap. A floral rubber strap is usually denser, smoother, and more structured. It tends to resist sweat, oils, UV, heat, chemicals, and just general wrist life better than silicone. It usually also attracts a lot less dust. The trade-off is usually that floral rubber can be a little firmer and less stretchy than silicone. So silicone may feel softer immediately, but floral rubber usually feels more premium and holds up better over time. With all of that said, this strap fits the bill of authentic floral rubber in both feel and flexibility. It's a nice looking strap that matches the dial well. The lack of flexibility is a little jarring at first, but you adjust to it pretty quickly. I really haven't taken this watch off my wrist in the past couple weeks, and the strap still looks like day one. No dirt, no dust, no lint. It's a very easy strap to maintain. I also really like the clever, tucked under strap design and generous number of sizing holes, which makes it really easy to find that perfect fit. The quick release is a great quality of life feature as well. But does this strap look premium? No, not really. It doesn't look cheap necessarily, but it isn't doing much to add to the visual presence of the watch beyond the overall vibrance. And the thin tail at the end looks good off the watch, but I think it looks super goofy on wrist. It's just too long. I can't help but wonder if a stainless steel or mesh bracelet option would totally transform the look of this watch. However, the clasp is the same 316L stainless steel as the case, and it feels very robust and well made. Per usual, we'll discuss the crystal and lume during the dial and design section, but what I will say, the materials certainly are not bad here, not even close. But they also aren't jumping off the spec sheet and making your jaw hit the floor in awe of the value like some other ADDIESDIVE pieces can. Let's find out what's inside this watch and talk movement. Powering this Quartz chronograph is the Japanese VK64 movement, which delivers that Mecha Quartz chronograph sweep, something I always enjoy. When it comes to Quartz chronographs, I'd say the VK64 is probably my favorite movement. It's reliable, feels premium, and it's Japanese. Really can't ask for much else. ADDIESDIVE did recently release a Miyota OS21 version of this watch, the AD2529, for a couple dollars cheaper, and it's otherwise identical. I would personally pay the $3 premium for the VK64, but that's just me. So if you're looking for this watch on AliExpress, I would definitely double check the reference number and listing details to make sure you're getting the Quartz chronograph movement that you want. The one I'll be linking to in the description will be the VK64 version. But let's talk dial and design, because I actually have a lot to say here. I just know I'm about to come off harsher than I want to. So please know, I'm not trying to be mean to ADDIESDIVE specifically here, or really any of the brands that I'm about to mention. But honestly, since this watch was released in late 2025, and from that point to about a month ago when I finally got it in my hands, my opinion on this design has shifted, and not in a good way. When ADDIESDIVE dropped this watch and I discussed it on an SWC list video, I mentioned how this specific chronograph dial design was getting a little overused on AliExpress, with Shujes and Top Hill already offering very similar styles, nearly identical other than colors and case size. I like how ADDIESDIVE introduced new colors into the mix and shrunk the size down a bit from the existing models. But since then, we've seen Militato and WM introduce this style with extremely minor alterations into the mix. And to be transparent, I'm just getting sick of it and borderline annoyed. I don't understand why the specific style has become the submariner of chronographs on AliExpress, but to me, it has really stripped away a lot of the charm from the overall design from each individual model. No one has even introduced circular subdials yet. They're all using the same small eye style. No one has even changed up the indices. Why is this happening? And just to be clear, I am not blaming ADDIESDIVE for this. I'm not blaming anyone in particular. It's just something that has happened and has hurt my enthusiasm around this design. Alright, enough ranting about that. Let's talk about the actual design on this ADDIESDIVE AD2529 and what separates it from the other chronograph models I just showed you. First off, this color combination is one of my favorites of all the styles available from anyone. The teal on the subdials and outer portion of the dial is absolutely stunning, and it really pops off the watch. The small eye subdials specifically are a major strength. The texture that ADDIESDIVE calls 3D sand textured adds a ton of life to the design and works really well with the overall look of the watch. This texture is something that ADDIESDIVE frequently uses on their chronographs, and it was a very welcome addition here. They used their calligraphy style logo on top of the dial, which was 100% the right call in my opinion. The water resistant text around 6 o'clock is way too small, nearly impossible to read, and not what I would consider relevant information to include on a Motorsport styled watch. And that leads to my next complaint. To be clear, this one is very subjective and pretty nitpicky, and I'm sure a lot of you are not going to agree with me on this, but on the crown and case back, you get their scuba crossbones thing logo. Again, on a Motorsport themed watch. I do not understand that at all. I understand it's their logo, but so is that calligraphy logo, which would have worked way better back here. When it comes to Motorsport watches, I'm all about going all in. That is the stuff I look for. Things like a car or racing design on the case back, small racing inspired details on the dial, color combinations built around iconic racing liveries, or subdials inspired by dash instruments of specific cars. Something, anything, that directly ties the watch to motorsport culture. Outside of this being a chronograph and ADDIESDIVE telling you that this is a motorsport themed watch, they're actively working against that idea with some of these design elements. Even with it being their logo, what it feels like to me is that they just could not be bothered to design something specific for this watch and just slapped on their mass-produced case back and crown. And that adds to my resentment towards all the different brands using this design. I wish somebody who uses this would actually go all in on the racing and motorsport part of it. Sadly, it is not this one, not even close. All of that is not to say this watch does not look good. It visually looks fantastic. There's a reason why I own 2 watches in this style now, and both get a lot of wrist time. And one area where this specific ADDIESDIVE model really stands out from the others is the work on the indices. In the past year or so, ADDIESDIVE has reached a totally new level when it comes to their indices. Every piece I've seen from them in that time period has had unbelievably premium looking indices that stand so tall on the dial. Even compared to my Shujes, The indices on the ADDIESDIVE are worlds better. They're confidently sized, meticulously detailed, and really pop off the dial with polished edges and loomed centers. The loom used on the hands and indices is BGW9 blue, which looks great, is strong, and lasts for a while. If you own an ADDIESDIVE watch, you know how strong their loom is, and this watch is no exception. Covering the dial is K1 mineral glass with blue AR coating. Finding both mineral glass and blue AR coating on Quartz ADDIESDIVE watches is fairly common, so I won't necessarily say it's a disappointment here. I'm sure you've heard me criticize the blue AR coating they insist on using on this channel, but it's actually not noticeable on this watch at all, which I'm very happy about. The AR coating itself does do a good job of providing clarity as well. And for those who don't know, K1 mineral glass is better than cheap basic mineral glass, but it's still easier to scratch than sapphire, and fingerprints on this crystal have been a bit of an issue for me. The bubble on the crystal itself is fantastic. It adds some vintage charm to the watch, doesn't distort the dial too much, and lands at that perfect size where it's noticeably a bubble crystal, but not so exaggerated that it looks ridiculous or introduces paranoia about smacking it on stuff. Another small design detail that I really enjoy is the sunray texture on the top and bottom pushers. It's subtle, but it adds a nice touch of class and personality. You won't find any ADDIESDIVE branding on the strap or clasp, which I personally don't love, because a signed clasp can make a watch feel a little bit more complete, but I do know some collectors really prefer a strap and clasp free of branding, so I won't mark off any points for that. To wrap this whole section up, I know I came up as really harsh here. I heard myself reading this script out loud. But I want to emphasize that a lot of my criticism here is about this dial style as a whole and my exhaustion with its overuse among Chinese brands. That is far from specific to ADDIESDIVE, but they are part of the problem, no doubt. But just because I'm personally frustrated with this design doesn't mean that it's not gorgeous. I mean, there's a reason why so many companies are using exactly this, and there has to be a reason why I wanted two of these from two different brands. I think it's an objectively attractive chronograph design. I'm just begging for some creativity or enthusiasm around the motorsport theme this dial is supposed to be bringing to a watch. And I guess I'm just disappointed there wasn't any here. I mean, you could say there are design elements that actively work against it. But at the same time, I can't sit here and act like any of the other 4 brands who have used this dial design brought anything extra to the table. So if you like this design, ADDIESDIVE's take on it is very well executed, especially on the dial with the incredible vividness of the teal and the impressive textures on the subdials. Okay, let's move on. Time for price and value. This watch varies in price based on where you get it, whether that's AliExpress, Amazon, or the ADDIESDIVE website, but I would say the price normally lands around $80 to $90 shipped. This specific AD2529 that I'm reviewing was provided by the ADDIESDIVE discount store on AliExpress, which is who I'm going to link to in the description. Using their store coupons paired with a sale coupon from the current AliExpress sale and a small coin discount, I was able to get the price down to $67 on this particular listing, so I try to get it for somewhere around that. But at the normal retail price of around $80, I'd say this watch is overall good value, but not the mind-blowing value that ADDIESDIVE delivers at times. I will say, this is the lowest priced chronograph in this style out of the 5 I showed you, by a pretty sizable margin. So if you like the ADDIESDIVE style, dimensions, and color choices for this chronograph, I definitely think it's a solid choice. I think this watch would be absolutely undeniable value if it were priced closer to their Quartz divers, but I'm assuming the VK64 movement pushed up the cost a little for them, so it does all make sense. Let's assign this watch a final grade. The ADDIESDIVE AD2529 gets a B. This is a solid watch, delivering the good value that you would expect from ADDIESDIVE. The dimensions are very versatile, making this a great option for a wide variety of wrist sizes. The 316L stainless steel case and buckle feel high quality, the dial looks great, and the subdial textures add impressive detail. The floral rubber strap looks and feels nice, and it feels cohesive with the dial. The water resistance is where you want it at 100 meters, and features like a screw-in case back, quick release strap, and AR coating in the crystal are nice bonuses. But then there's how overdone this design is becoming as a whole on AliExpress, and how no one has really given it the true motorsport treatment that it deserves. No one has ever brought a major twist to the design itself, and ADDIESDIVE might be the worst offender here, slapping their scuba logo oversized on the backplate and again on the crown. Speaking of the crown, a push-pull crown is not common on ADDIESDIVE watches, and it was not something I was happy to see here. The K1 mineral crystal looks good and clear, but with this being a bubble crystal, sapphire would have brought a lot of peace of mind. The typography at the bottom of the dial is too small, and water resistance does not feel relevant on what is described as a motorsport watch. And while the value certainly is far from bad, ADDIESDIVE is one of my favorite brands out there because they have so many incredible watches with prices that just do not make sense in the best way. The price on this watch makes sense. And if you've been looking for this style of chronograph, I definitely think this is a good choice. I'll leave this watch linked in the description if you'd like to check it out, and make sure to collect those store coupons if you intend on purchasing it. Thank you to the ADDIESDIVE discount store for providing this watch to the channel so we could take an in-depth look at it. That's gonna wrap up this watch review. Thank you guys so much for watching. The next watch review is truly mind-blowing, so make sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss that or any of the other videos we have coming up, including our 5,000 subscriber special, where we'll be giving away another watch during a very special video. I'll see you all again very soon. But until then, Shameless Watch Collector, signing out. And always remember, it's not that serious.